The Great War ended over 200 years ago. That's longer than the entire history of many real countries. So when you first play Fallout, one question becomes impossible to ignore. Why is everything still ruined? Roads remain blocked, buildings collapse where they stand, skeletons still lie inside homes, and many people live in settlements built from scrap metal and broken wood. Which seems strange, because humanity survived the bombs. People are farming, trading, building communities. So why hasn't anyone built civilization? Why does the wasteland still look like the war happened yesterday? Why does America remain trapped in ruins centuries after the apocalypse? After the bombs fell, most people weren't thinking about rebuilding. They were thinking about surviving, finding food, finding water, finding shelter. Radiation poisoned huge parts of the country. Supply chains disappeared, governments collapsed, and entire cities became death traps. In that kind of world, clearing rubble isn't a priority. Staying alive is. Which is why so many settlements in Fallout are built from whatever people can find. Scrap metal, wood, old signs, ruined vehicles. People weren't creating new cities. They were patching together whatever remained of the old ones. But survival isn't the only reason, because Fallout's world never truly became safe. Raiders attacked settlements, super mutants roam the cities, deathclaws hunt travelers. Radiation storms still sweep across the wasteland. Even if a community begins to grow, it can be destroyed overnight, which makes long-term rebuilding incredibly difficult. Why spend years constructing a new city if a raider army, a mutant attack, or a radioactive disaster could wipe it out? For many wastelanders, small settlements are safer than larger civilizations. Another problem is knowledge. Before the war, millions of engineers, builders, scientists, and workers kept civilization running. After the war, most of them were gone. Building a modern city requires enormous expertise. Power systems, water treatment, transportation, construction, manufacturing. Fallout survivors inherited the ruins of a highly advanced civilization without inheriting all the knowledge it needed to recreate it. That's why people can often repair old technology, but rarely build entirely new systems from scratch. The wasteland is living off the leftovers of the old world. And to be fair, Fallout isn't completely frozen in time. Places like Diamond City, New Vegas, and parts of the NCR show that rebuilding is possible. People can create governments, establish trade, and build functioning societies. But those places are the exception, not the rule. Most of the wasteland remains fragmented, scattered communities separated by dangerous territory, which means civilization is constantly trying to recover without ever fully succeeding. And that's why the ruins matter so much. They're not just background decoration. They're reminders that the old world collapsed faster than the new world could replace it. Every abandoned house, every blocked highway, every skeleton sitting at a kitchen table tells the same story. Someone lived there. Someone had plans. Someone expected to arrive. Someone expected tomorrow to arrive. And then it didn't. 2 centuries later, the evidence is still there. And maybe that's the real reason Fallout never truly rebuilds. Because the series isn't just about surviving an apocalypse. It's about living in the shadow of one. The old world is gone, but it never truly disappeared. Its cities remained. Its technology remained. Its mistakes remained. And every generation of Wastelanders has decided whether they'll repeat those mistakes or finally build something better. Because in Fallout, the apocalypse wasn't a single event. It was a wound that never fully healed. And after more than 200 years, America is still trying to figure out whether it's rebuilding or simply surviving among the rules.